Mm, mm, mm. I tell you, sometimes these politicians, when they get together, they try to put together these packages. Instead of just addressing the issue, they want to stuff 1,000 different things in there along with it. Somebody needs to call them out on that. And I'm so glad that President Donald Trump did just that. The way he called out Nancy Pelosi, it reminded me of a Mike Tyson fight. That just the fury, the power of it, it was brutal. In my mind, it was as if Trump was Mike Tyson just laying it on somebody. In this case, laying it on Nancy Pelosi. He addressed Congress's stimulus plan, the one that was put forth to him, and he blasted it. I counted at least 22 ways that he just blew holes in it. It's like imagine Mike Tyson and Bruce Lee combined together. Imagine somebody that could hit as hard as Mike Tyson, but punch as fast as Bruce Lee. That's what it felt like to me. I'm going to show you this clip, and you can see for yourself how brutal this is because he lays it all out. Check out how he exposes this waste. Here we go.
It really is a disgrace. For example, among the more than 5,000 pages in this bill, which nobody in Congress has read because of its length and complexity, it's called the COVID Relief Bill, but it has almost nothing to do with COVID. This bill contains $85.5 million for assistance to Cambodia, $134 million to Burma, $1.3 billion for Egypt and the Egyptian military, which will go out and buy almost exclusively Russian military equipment, $25 million for democracy and gender programs in Pakistan, $505 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama, $40 million for the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., which is not even open for business, $1 billion for the Smithsonian, and an additional $154 million for the National Gallery of Art. Likewise, these facilities are essentially not open. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico, a provision to promote the breeding of fish in federal hatcheries, $3 million in poultry production technology, $2 million to research the impact of down trees, $566 million for construction projects at the FBI. The bill also allows stimulus checks for the family members of illegal aliens, allowing them to get up to $1,800 each. This is far more than the Americans are given. Despite all of this wasteful spending and much more, the $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payment, and not enough money is given to small businesses, and in particular restaurants, whose owners have suffered so grievously. They were only given a deduction for others to use in business their restaurant for 2 years. This 2-year period must be withdrawn, which will allow the owners to obtain financing and get their restaurants back in condition. Congress can terminate it at a much later date, but 2 years is not acceptable. It's not enough. Congress found plenty of money for foreign countries, lobbyists, and special interests, while sending the bare minimum to the American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault, not their fault. I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000 or $4,000 for a couple. I'm also asking Congress to immediately get rid of the wasteful and unnecessary items from this legislation and to send me a suitable bill, or else the next administration will have to deliver a COVID relief package, and maybe that administration will be me, and we will get it done. Thank you very much.
See, that's what I'm talking about. The ability to just be direct, straight up, be open, Be clear, be concise. That is what we need more of. And to be clear about it, it's not even a Republican or Democrat thing. I had a little bit of hate in the comment sections. Somebody told me I might as well just go ahead and say that I'm a Republican citizen, whatever that means. I guess it's supposed to be an insult. But this is bigger than Republican and Democrat. This is why people on both sides of the aisle have a problem with Donald Trump. He is he's an anomaly. He's something different, and they really don't know how to handle him. Nancy Pelosi, I thought it was funny. Politics is a serious thing. I'm not here to make jokes, make light of it, make jokes of it. But what she said, it was kind of hilarious. This was what Nancy Pelosi has to say about getting Donald Trump out of office. She says, "I'm counting down the hours till he's gone." Pelosi told her leadership team as they strategized this weekend, "I plan to pull him out of there by his hair, his little hands, and his feet." I just thought it was funny because it sounded so stupid. I mean, if we think about her saying that anyway, you can be pulling anybody anywhere. You barely could walk, but it just lets you know what kind of ire a lot of these politicians have for him. And it comes down to the fact that, one, they can't control him, and two, he calls them out. And he doesn't play the political game of doing it behind the scenes. The public's going to vote on what they know. So let's put it out there. Let the public understand what's really going on instead of trying to suppress everything. Case in point, the stimulus bill. Why would you have something that is geared towards the rest of the world and not America first? And I'm not saying that I'm dispassionate about the rest of the world. I'm not saying that I don't care, but you have to take care of home first. If you don't take care of home first, you're going to look up and you're not going to have a home to take care of anymore. You got people like Bill Gates. He wants to be a globalist, right? The way I figure it, you start home and then you help the world. You help out the rest of the globe, but you don't try to do those simultaneously. You take care of the immediate needs first. People need to eat. The basics: food, shelter, clothing. What does counting fish or down trees have anything to do with it? And if they are important, if you think they are important, can't we do that a little bit later? Can't we address the immediate need first? And this is the problem with all these bills and packages that they try to get through in Congress at that level, is they try to do too much at one time. Why not break that down? As much time and effort as they spend going back and forth, haggling and being petty about it, you could literally break these things up into smaller chunks and take them on one at a time. I think part of the reason that they don't like to do that is because it's transparent. And we would be able to see exactly where they stand on the issues. I'm thankful that we had a president that is bold enough to let people know exactly where he stands on the issue. And I think that's probably why they don't care for him too much. I also think it was pretty interesting what he said at the end about that next president might be me. That's a deep conversation. I'm sure there's a lot of people that pisses off. But then there are other people who, like me, understand that there's some things going on behind the scenes that make a lot of sense and that they might not be privy to. Either way, whatever side of the issue whatever side of it you're on, let me know what your thoughts are about that. If you have a problem with something that was said, specifically about what was said, not about another issue. Don't invoke another issue or change the subject, but specifically about what he just said about that stimulus package. Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? Are you for it in that present form? Or do you think it's a bit misguided and a little bit too broad and it should be a little bit more America focused, a little bit more America folks? Let me know. I want to know. So let me know in the comments section. On that note, take care and peace.